Arizona has a long history of UFO activity. Growing up, we heard numerous stories that rival anything in the TV and movies. The crash of 1953 is everything as exciting as events in Roswell, New Mexico. In the summer of 1953, 40 scientists were sent to investigate the area where a UFO crashed. There has been at least 6 crashes in Arizona reported since then. The UFO was 3.5 feet high and 30 feet wide. The craft was closer to the airships in the 1890s in the description. The UFO was metallic and oval-shaped with portholes along the side. This type of ship was observed for decades all over the country.
There were many other sightings that year. In July 1948, it was reported from Strategic Air Command in San Antonio to FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover that an unidentified aircraft was seen by an Eastern Airlines pilot, co-pilot, and 1 or more passengers flying over Montgomery, Alabama. The aircraft was reported to be of an unconventional type, without wings, and resembled generally a rocket ship of the type depicted in comic strips. It was reported to have had windows, to have been larger than the Eastern Airlines plane, and to have been traveling at an estimated speed of 2,700 miles per hour. It narrowly missed a collision with the Eastern Airlines plane.
In the early sightings, the occupants were very human, spoke English, and even stated that the crafts were invented by brilliant scientists from Illinois. The UFO that crashed in Kingman was quickly moved to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base near Area 51. Stantz assessed that the UFO hit the ground at 1,200 miles an hour. A metallurgist by the name of Dr. Springfield, after intense analysis of the metals used to make the craft, mentioned that it was not made of any material he knows about. This reminds me of an observation made by an eyewitness of the airships in Texas. A man described a cigar-shaped craft made of a strange material. Between April 13th and 17th of 1897, 38 reports were made of airships all over Texas. The Dallas Morning News wrote an article where a Judge Love talked about an airship crew. The crew claimed that they were from the North Pole.
And from an FBI memorandum dated March 14, 1949, comes this report. Flying discs are believed by the Air Force to be man-made missiles rather than some natural phenomenon, and that as much as 4 years ago, it was learned that some type of flying discs were being experimented upon by the Russians. It was further determined that most all of the flying discs seen by persons in the United States approached this country from a northerly direction and returned in the same direction.
Quote-unquote aliens in Kingman were far from human. Some describe them looking more like the Greys. Others report them this way.